Well, good evening and welcome to downtown Whitesville, about the valley, and Jesse Schotanus.
Yes.
Got it right. Said it right. I have a trouble with last names.
Yes. My name's not easy.
No, no. Well, it's the name that's been around town for
Yes.
many, many years.
If you're from the valley,
Yeah,
yes.
she owns Schotanus Design on Church Street,
Yes.
and is participating in the Big Shop Small. It's Shop Small, but it's a big event.
Yes.
Right
Shop small Saturday.
On Saturday, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, not this Saturday, a week
Right.
from Saturday.
Correct.
And you got a lot of plans this year. A
Yeah,
lot of
this
stuff.
is the sixth year, so
Yeah.
we've got 29 shops involved. Anybody that's not on Church Street does pop-ups.
Yes.
So Spare Time Bowling, actually, newly owned for the last 9 months,
Yes.
is going to have 3 pop-ups in their place. Catalina's Boutique, the Pet Shop, and a Hastings Studio.
But
so-
people don't, what pop-ups are is you'll go into Spare Time, and you'll find a display in there
Right,
from that particular store. Who they're not located on Church Street,
but they are
but they
in
will have something there.
Whitensville and Northbridge.
Yeah. So, like Catalina's is over on 122.
Correct.
The
Yeah.
pet shop is down in Plaza.
Right, in the
But
Shaw's
here's
Plaza.
you can, and if you don't see what you like at their pop-up, you can run down to their place.
Correct, correct. So this, like I said, this is the 6th year. So each store will have 3 red balloons marking the event. You get a map, and if you go to 10 places out of the 29 and get the little red dot on your map, you can be entered to win a grand raffle, which everybody has donated to. There's 3
Oh.
baskets that you can win. And if you look on your map, everybody's got, like, for example, I am raffling off a Amazon Fire iPad.
Oh, wow,
Um,
yeah, that's
and
a nice little
or
thing.
and different shops have different events and things,
Yeah.
and you don't have to purchase anything in order to do the
Yeah, just
grand
make the round.
raffle.
Where do you
Just
get the maps?
stop in. So we have 3 locations that you can pick up the maps. So you can really pick them up at any participating shop, but the main areas are the Green Plate, which is down by the Welcoming Lantern.
Yeah, yes, right,
and then-
just after the plaza.
Correct. And then 110 Church Street, where the flower shop and Little Man handbags
Yes.
are in the downstairs.
Oh, yeah, there's a lobby there.
Correct. And then also in the Whitensville Community Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And those are the pickup and actually drop-off sites. So,
Yeah, so, yeah, because the community center's participating as well.
yes, they actually are doing a pop-up in my store.
Oh,
the Schotanus Design Center. So, because the ends of the streets don't get as much foot traffic, so we've
Right.
encouraged people to do pop-ups because they tend to get the most people.
and you got some events going on too, right? Isn't the Santa gonna be there?
Yes. So the Whitensville Library is going to have Pictures with Santa at 11 to 12,
Oh.
and then
Is there a fee for that?
No, there is not.
Well, there you go. How can you go wrong? You want your kids to get a picture with Santa? It doesn't cost you anything,
Right.
and you can make the tour of the
Yep.
shops.
And then any gifts that you buy, Friends of the Library is doing a fundraiser type thing to wrap your gifts. So whatever donation that you
Oh,
make
God,
to
I mean,
wrap your gifts.
This is a total service here.
Yes.
You buy a gift downtown,
Yeah.
go to the library, get the kid's picture, and you get it wrapped.
Yes.
I mean, how can this is better than going to the big department stores.
Mhm. And since we started 6 years ago, there were a lot of empty window fronts,
Yes.
stores. And now there's only one left that is not occupied, but
Yeah,
it was
the-
remodeled.
Yeah,
So,
the Church Street is really filled up.
yeah, it has. People would be surprised at how many businesses are down there.
And it's not the standard, like what it used to be. I tell people, don't look to buy your shoes anymore on Church Street. Those days are gone. What we have now are specialty stores
Hmm.
with a lot of different items you won't find in the in the big malls.
Correct.
This is really something, and this is where, if you want to find that gift for someone who's, oh, I don't know what to buy them, they got
Right.
everything, here's where you find it.
It is. It is. Creations by Laura. That's a gift shop that actually moved across the street.
Yeah.
And then her shop got taken up by This and That Consignment, where
Yeah.
she actually sells shoes. So, it's great. I love doing this because I met a lot of my business neighbors, and
Yes.
I like their desire to get the community back thriving, and we do sidewalk sales during the summer now, and
The sidewalk sale was
it
fantastic.
was.
I mean, you could, well, you don't know what the weather's gonna be, so it's kinda hard,
No.
but you almost could have done something like that again. I don't know if you're familiar with the Kris Kringle market they have in Germany.
No.
Well, I was in Germany for a year and a half,
Okay.
and I went to the one in Nuremberg.
Yeah.
It's out in the street, and they set up tents and, little pavilions in the street, and that's where they sell from, and it's all a lot of craft items.
Oh, that's neat.
And you can actually do that, but you really, you can plan it, and then what happens, we get a snowstorm.
Yeah, right.
So it makes it tough.
It does. It does. But they do a sip, shop, and stroll. Also, I'm sorry, I can't remember the date, but it's like 5 to 7 p.m. on a Saturday coming up. So look for that.
Oh, okay.
And I was involved with that last year, and Terry from Herbs Make Sense sent somebody to me. He's like, go see hers. So it was interesting. I ended up doing the countertop for that couple that she sent me. So
Oh,
it was good.
yeah, we changed you up this a little bit. You took it over from your dad,
Yes.
Schotanus Design,
Schotanus Design Center. Yes.
and you've been doing this, well, we were talking earlier, you don't just do kitchens, you do
No.
anything.
Yes. I design pretty much any hardscapes. I don't do window treatments or, couches and things, but I do, libraries, mudrooms, finished basements. I do a lot of just replacing countertops on existing kitchens and
Yes.
adding a backsplash, adding lighting where it's needed, and so it's a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
don't get bored.
No, and how did you get into that?
So my dad is a custom home builder, or was. He's
Oh, yeah,
retired.
for many years.
And I loved watching him draw on the table and then watching it being framed, and then when it got boarded, and it was just so interesting to me to see it go from two-dimensional to three-dimensional. And so my first job was working for my dad in the field with the guys.
Oh,
So
actually,
I was Girl Friday.
swinging the hammer.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mainly clean up and
Yeah,
whatever they needed. Go run, get
Well,
this
you were the
part, or-
gopher.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
So, and then I just stayed in design and went to Blackstone Valley Tech for painting and decorating, and then
Ah.
went from there. So,
Yeah.
it's
Great
it's
school.
fun.
I mean, you get,
Yes.
they give you a darn good education there
Mhm.
in what skills you look for.
Definitely.
And your dad, he had a reputation for doing outstanding work. He had
Always
great
honest.
reputation in the
And
valley.
I carry that on, I hope.
And
well, I do,
If
but-
anyone remembers, where the State Police Museum is now was their shop.
Yes,
But you moved to,
in South Grafton, yes.
yeah, but you end up moving to Church Street, which
Yes.
gives you a little more visibility.
It did. We got a lot more walk-ins.
Yeah.
We survived by referral, which is great.
Well,
Because
if you're surviving by referrals, it means you do a good job.
Yes.
Because people aren't gonna refer
No.
if they weren't happy with the work,
Exactly. Yeah.
unless they hate someone. Really, you don't get referral, and you don't stay in business for many years if you don't do a good job,
Correct.
because it catches up to you.
Yes, it does, and that's why I just do like my dad does. You don't lie to people. You tell them the
Yep.
truth, even if it hurts. Because
Yes,
then you don't have to remember any lie that you said.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And if you give them the truth, okay, maybe you're a little higher, but they're gonna get a quality job.
Exactly.
Now, if they wanna go to the lower price guy, then they'll come back
Mhm.
to you and say, I should've went with you because this guy messed it.
Yeah.
Cause there are people out there that do horrible work.
Oh, I know. I hear horror stories all the time, and I
Yeah.
hate it. But like somebody says, "Oh, can you do this bathroom in 3 weeks?" No, we can't.
See, yeah, that's
Sorry.
the thing, be honest, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, you're gonna be inconvenienced for longer than that.
Yes,
But
yeah.
this is the way it is.
it is. And then if you're totally truthful with them from the beginning, then they're not gonna jump off the cliff, like I was
Right.
saying.
No,
So,
better tell them up front, and then
Oh.
how can they say, well, gee, I didn't realize, yeah, I told you.
yep, yeah,
And, you know, and you want it done right.
yeah. And if there's any delays or back orders or whatnot, so yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because that can be well, then you never know what's gonna happen when you get into an old house. When you open up the walls,
Oh,
you
my
never know what
goodness.
you're gonna find.
oh, definitely, especially the horsehair plaster and all the
I
lab.
know, and there's
yeah.
a lot of the houses like that around here.
Yes, that's one of the ones I was telling you about earlier on Prospect.
Yeah,
I love it though. I love those old ones.
that horsehair plaster, it's like cement.
It is.
You can't, I mean, you can hit it with a sledgehammer sometimes
Yeah.
and it won't dent it.
Yeah, you put a stud finder to it and you won't find it because all
No,
the
you
lab.
can't find the studs because this stuff is so
Yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
I know I had a house with that.
Yes,
the house
I did
and-
too. Yeah.
You couldn't tack anything up because you couldn't put
Oh
the,
my goodness, it would crumble. Yeah.
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 But, they built them strong.
Oh, they did. It's
And
amazing.
that's why they're still around. But
Definitely.
aren't those a great challenge though, to go in and
I do. I lived in Cincinnati for about 5 years, and I moved back to take over the business, or, work with my parents, and then
Yeah.
eventually take over. And that my house out in Cincinnati was just incredible. Old house, Victorian, and kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
I painted every room, did every crack, but I mainly worked with contractors that built new houses. And
Oh.
it was like, okay, well, I think I want the window, kitchen sink window here. It was not any, challenge. It was just, I could just make it exactly what I wanted or the customer wanted.
Yes.
And it just wasn't a challenge. So I do like the remodels because you have to think a little harder, or you have
Yeah.
a funky, like one kitchen that I'm working on right now is a rental property, and I've got an angled wall to cover a chimney, and it makes it a really funky space, and to try to maximize that space is, even for doing this for 18 years, it makes it challenging.
Yeah, that's what you run into a lot. I love the Victorian homes
I
because
do too.
the way they were designed, they were so creative,
And the moldings they used.
Oh,
it's
I
just
know.
Beautiful.
all handmade.
Yes. Yeah.
Didn't have power tools.
Right.
You think about it. I mean, you
Like
couldn't.
the old Victorian in Whitensville.
Yes.
Ah,
You couldn't do that today
mm,
the way they did.
right.
The cost would be prohibitive.
Yes, I know. I was just talking about that with one of my contractors. I was like, oh my gosh, if we could do, the amount of detail in the wood floor, or the
Oh,
moldings, or anything like they used to, or the brickwork.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not
yeah,
paid
those-
for anymore.
I
'cause
know,
it's just
those
too-
guys were extremely talented.
Yeah.
And they met every challenge. They worked around. Nobody ever said anything. Just, well, we'll work around it. We'll do the,
Mhm.
and it's just amazing what they performed.
It was.
Like I
Yes.
said, though, today, labor was a lot cheaper,
Mhm.
and there was no income tax back then. So
Right.
the shop owners machine shop owners like the Whitens that did this, they had the cash,
Yeah.
and they didn't mind spending it on building something nice like that.
I know. I used to live on a Pine Street in Whitesville in a duplex.
Yeah,
The wood floors, they all had a pattern in them.
Yeah.
It was insane.
they built those houses for the employees,
Yes.
but they gave them that extra mile. They did
Yeah.
extra stuff like that.
And the moldings in there, and the tall ceilings, and
Yeah.
oh, it was incredible.
You know that they would actually after you were living there for a while, they would actually re-wallpaper
Oh,
they send a crew in and wallpaper for you, or paint.
wow.
They maintained it. Of course, they didn't pay a lot of wages, but they gave it back to you in that
Right.
respect.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My mom said they used to come and change your light bulbs and stuff
Yes.
too.
If you had a burnt out light, you
Yeah.
reported it, and they came in and
I
put a
can't
new one in.
believe that. That's amazing.
I know. But then in the 50s, they started selling off all their property.
Yeah.
They said, well, we're done with, well, that's when the union came in too.
Mhm.
And so that changed a lot of things with the Whitens. But we're digressing here. But yeah, the shops, well, it looks like you're going to have a good day.
I hope so. Last year we had really great weather.
Yes.
So the year before it was a little rainy. Our balloons lost all their helium in the cold and the wet.
Yeah, the
So they
cold
just were ended
draws
up
that
on the
helium right out
ground.
of the balloons.
Yeah. So Unibank does some things like spin the wheel and win some prizes. Like just look at your map.
So
when you pick
Unibank's
it up.
lobby will be open?
Yes, until
So-
noon.
Oh,
And
okay,
the whole
they're not
event
extending
is-
their hours.
No, the whole event is 10 to 4, but
Yeah,
and then like DNL Cutters has special baskets for the first like 100 people or something like that. I forget.
the idea is 10 to 4, get there early. Get there at 10 o'clock.
Yes, because Foxy Travel does this holiday shopping bus tour every year.
Yes.
And we are their signature stop. Like normally every year they have to change it up and do different stops. And theirs is like, I think 9 to 6, and they go to 6 to 8 different places. But our place, because we do so much, like they always stop every year. And their patrons have said it's kind of like an adult treasure hunt. They love it because they look at their maps and they mark out what stores they want to go to, who's raffling off what and
Yeah.
whatnot. And they've made us a signature stop every year, which
Well,
is nice.
if you look at a Christmas village, Church Street looks like that,
Yes.
and hopefully without the snow.
Right?
But it does. It's laid out that way,
Yes.
and it's all little shops, and you go up one side, down the other.
Yep.
With the streetscape, we got the wider sidewalks now.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the restaurants can't put the tables out because it's getting a little bit cold for that
a little
now.
cold. But yeah, every this year, Christine Quinipa, my co-chairperson from Little Man Handbags, and we started a little bit earlier, and we were surprised at how quickly all the shops got back with their early entry forms and everything. So
Well,
it's like-
it was successful in the past, so they've smart. If you're a shop owner, you're smart. Let's get in on this.
exactly. Yeah,
well
Jeannie
worth our while.
Hebert doesn't understand anybody that doesn't want to be involved. She's like, why wouldn't you?
I know, really. You come right
Yeah.
down to it. How could you? What are you saying? I don't want any customers?
Right. And we get press from Yankee Express and Uxbridge Times, and our banner is now up across Church Street right near J&S Motors.
Yes.
Yep. And we're putting a banner up at Whitensville Community Center this weekend, and we have the letterboard at the town hall.
Yes, that's up already.
Yeah, that's up already. So we're a little everywhere, and
We-
then
we
we've
got
got
you on
these
our
yard
bulletin board.
signs. Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whoever's in charge of getting the word out has done a great job.
Well, after 6 years, we're kind of like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, it
So,
seems that way because
yeah.
I mean the word
Every
is
year
out
it gets
there.
a little easier for us, so it's good.
And you come at the right day because of course everybody's Black Friday. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
it amazes me how on midnight of Friday, midnight Thursday after Thanksgiving, they're all parked in front of the stores waiting to get in.
Right?
I mean, come on.
I did Black Friday shopping once with my girlfriend Nikki, and I won't do it again.
Oh,
Just, it
I
was awful.
I won't go in the store
No,
on that
no.
Black Friday. It's ridiculous.
But a lot of my friends love it. They go and get the deals and
I hate going to Walmart on a weekend because it's so packed.
oh my goodness, right? You
Yeah,
go early or late.
yeah. You can't get down the aisles.
I know. Oh,
And on Black Friday, oh my God, it's gonna be a nightmare.
I bet. I don't. That's one day that I'm closed at the
Yep.
showroom, so I take it and not go anywhere.
Oh, you close on Black Friday.
Yeah, I am closed on Black Friday.
Good move.
No one can purchase something quick.
Well, no one's gonna come in, right? Yeah, you're right. No, who's gonna come in
There's-
on?
Unless somebody wants to come in and buy his wife a kitchen, then sure.
Yeah,
I'll be
right.
open, just call me.
But now they can come on shop. I forget. Shop small.
Shop small Saturday. Yeah.
I'm being an old man now. I'm forgetting a lot of things. No, shop small on Saturday, and
Yeah.
That's a good concept though. You know, buy the wife a new kitchen for Christmas.
Yeah.
What a great gift that would be, huh?
The last advertisement we did in the Uxbridge Times shows a custom hutch I did. It said, "Give her a gift she'd really want."
Yeah, and
So-
that'll last for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, definitely.
That you
Yeah.
get years and years out of.
Mhm.
You know, and for not much more than what you're going to spend anyway.
Right. Right.
In fact, husband and wife give them both pool your gift. Here's the gift
Yeah.
to both of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or
So-
our new bathroom.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's great. It's been great though. The economy is just
Yes,
wonderful.
yes,
So,
yeah. The economy's good, so that people are spending.
Yeah, we're keeping busier than it's good. I'd rather be like noticing, oh my gosh, it's already 4:30, rather than it's only 1 o'clock.
Oh, that's the worst. When no one comes in, it's a long day.
Yeah, my days go by quick, so it's good.
Now, you have any help, or are you by
No,
yourself
I
in the store?
have an assistant, Erica. She runs the showroom because I pop in and out with appointments and things.
I was going to say, yeah, you have to have someone
Yeah,
to cover.
and then I have an accountant that comes in once a week.
Ah.
Keep our books all straight.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you're right next to an accountant, aren't you?
Yeah, Peter Plum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done 2 projects for him actually. So,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Peter's the accountant for our station. here.
He's our accountant. Actually, he does my books for the company once a year.
Yeah.
So-
no, he's great.
I have an accountant that comes in and makes sure, everything looks legit for Peter.
Right.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. We have a separate accountant for the daily stuff.
yes, exactly.
And Peter does our annuals because, oh God, filing that income tax is
Oh, yep.
that's a
and-
nightmare. We have to do it as a nonprofit, so
Oh
it's
my.
very, very. You got to do everything exactly right.
Oh, I bet.
We had another guy when we first started up because Peter wouldn't take us on.
Mhm.
He was too busy, and he screwed it up so bad.
Oh.
I finally got Peter to do it. It took him a year to straighten it out. I was getting letters from the IRS telling we owe him $15,000. I said, we can't pay $15,000 out to the IRS. We didn't make any money.
Oh.
But the guy had us down as a political organization or something.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
I'm glad Peter finally took us on. We got it all
Yeah.
straightened out.
Oh, good. Good.
But yeah, back to shop small.
Yes.
You can actually get nice hot coffee or
Yes. A lot of
Tea?
places
Yeah.
have like light refreshments to offer for free.
you got the
And
tea
then-
room over there.
Yeah, Herbs Make Sense. Terry
Yeah.
over at that's such a nice shop, and I go over there and get some Japanese green tea, and it's a little bit different than the
She's doing quite well.
yes.
Yeah, you didn't think that would go over, but it did. I mean, who would have?
Well, she originally opened it for soaps and things, but
Yeah.
then it just morphed into that, and that's what she does.
But
She's
you know,
got
you-
a small hutch of her soaps and things that she was originally going to do, but now it's turned into a tea and scrumpet place in
Yeah.
a sense.
If I would have said, you grew up in Whitensville.
Yes.
If I had told you 20 years ago We have a tea place and a sushi bar.
Oh my goodness, right?
Yeah, you see, no way, not in Whitensville. And look what we got now.
I know. It's
You know,
it's pretty great.
A restaurant like the Green Plate.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Danielle at the
Danielle
Green Plate.
does a
She's
fantastic job
I
there.
I
Great.
love her going in for like little smoothies and stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, if I need a little pick me up, it's great. And then she's got that freezer of to go meals and
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you work, it's kind of tough to cook. You can get it already made, just heat it
Right.
up.
It is, yeah, and it's all organic and healthy.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Gluten free.
Gluten free, yes.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
your big thing, gluten free.
Yeah. And she does specialty menus for anybody with really bad allergies, and
Yeah.
she does pretty good business with that as well.
Then of course you got the Valley Cafe if you want the
Yes.
standard.
Yeah,
We lost Friendly's is gone, but
yeah. Oh, the Valley Cafe
Valley
is definitely
Cafe, great
yeah,
breakfast.
exactly, and yeah, Paula always has done every year with us. So,
Yeah,
the shop's
she's
small.
right in the heart of it.
Yeah, she is, yes. She was a great spot for that.
I think the only one you probably don't get is the auto parts, right?
I don't. I had asked them
That's
a
because
couple
they're a
years
chain
in a
out of
row.
Worcester.
Yes.
And
They just didn't
they're
buy
more
it.
geared to the trade.
Yeah.
They sell to repair shops.
Yeah. But it's just like Divine Thai and the Corner Pizza. They don't get involved either.
No.
I've
Now,
tried.
is
but-
Divine Thai open during the day? I think she's only
yeah,
open.
no, they're open during the day. Yeah.
Well, she claims she does a great business there, so.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
not
I think it's more of evening that they do a better job. But I'm excited about spare time bowling too. They're kind of changing the whole feeling of it. They put
Well,
pinball
new owners
machines
now, and
and
they got different concepts of what they want to do.
yes,
And they eventually, I guess they're going to go for a license.
yep,
alcohol
for
license.
alcohol, yeah, beer and wine, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. And they replaced the kiddie area that had all the pads and everything
Yes.
with pinball machines and
Yeah.
arcade type.
Yeah, like a small arcade.
Yep. And then
So
there
there's a great, if you come in with the kids,
Yeah.
you can drop them off
Right.
there. They'd be busy for a while.
right, exactly. And they're talking to the Northridge High School to get a bowling league going again.
Oh, they
like
did?
They used to, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're gonna also have the bean toss game, like during the winter.
That's a big thing
Oh,
now.
it is.
People going crazy over what they call it.
I love that game. It's so fun.
Cornhole.
Cornhole, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people doing that. They
They
become
do.
competitive. It's becoming a competitive sport, I guess.
It is. I saw it on TV probably 2 months ago. It was insane.
Isn't that amazing? Who'd ever think? But
I know. But when I was in Cincinnati, there was actually this bar out there during the winter that had 10 boards in-house
Wow.
that had it, and like the sumo wrestler things too, and pool tables, and it was a fun place to get in out
Yeah.
of the cold to make you feel like you were still outside.
what's amazing is that it's not electronic.
Right.
Today we think everybody has to have a game that has a screen.
Right.
It doesn't have a screen. That's as purely mechanical.
I know. It's a lot of fun. My family always plays it at our family events during the summer.
Yeah.
We take out the cornhole boards and sometimes the bocce and the croquet. So.
That's what we need more. You need more people getting into the athletic type games where
Definitely.
you instead of just using your head and your
Moving.
hands,
Yes.
you're exercising, you're
Yeah.
moving.
You're laughing, seeing how bad or good people
Yeah.
are at it. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yes, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of changes coming to Church Street.
Yes, I'm really excited. I'm just, Christine and I were talking just the other day, and it was just like, it's amazing how far we've come from 6 years ago, and
Yep.
how many more businesses came brick and mortar to downtown, and it's great.
Yeah, because the trend seems to be ordering online,
I know.
but you can't do everything online. And sometimes I like to shop. I like to be able to feel, touch. see what I'm buying.
Yeah,
You buy online, it looks good on the picture, but how do you know what it looks like when you get it?
right, right.
And actual size and everything, you really can't tell.
No,
But when you go out in the store and see it,
yeah.
and also you can talk to someone about what you're
Right.
buying.
And if there's an issue with it, you can go and talk to somebody face to face, or
Right.
you know, I buy all of my plumbing through Supply New England in Uxbridge, and it's if I have any issues, boom, they replace
Yes.
it automatically because I have a standing account. They don't question me because they know if I say it's damaged, it's damaged.
Right.
So it's
But here again now, they have a showroom,
yes.
so you can send your customer down, they can actually look at what they're getting.
Mhm. I actually go with them.
Yeah,
'Cause-
yeah, they can, okay,
yeah.
here it is, here's what it looks
Yeah.
like. Oh, well, that's better than the picture because now I can see it.
Mhm.
Now I
Yeah.
know what it's gonna look
And
like
they
in my
just
house.
remodeled their showroom, so it's great.
Yeah,
And I used to have to go to Natick or even Boston sometimes for certain customers that really needed to see, feel, touch. And now they've remodeled the
they've increased their
Uxbridge.
line.
yes, yeah,
Ah, yeah.
and to old to new, and it's great. Now it's got updated.
I gotta say,
vignettes.
I see the ads for it. The faucets and everything, they're becoming unbelievable what
Oh
they
my
can do.
goodness. Yes. I love it. All the style in the last 2 years, the styles have really changed a lot, and
And
makes it fun.
they're becoming electronic.
oh my gosh, yes, you can
With
have
little
like a
computers in 'em or
shower
something.
connected to your phone to turn it on, like from your bed, and
Yeah, so you get the shower warmed up before you get in there,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, you get out of bed in the morning, hit the
Yep.
app on your phone, and
exactly.
oh, the phone has become unbelievable.
Oh my goodness, my
Yeah.
assistant has one of those thermostats in her house that she can go
Yeah,
from her
and she can-
phone if it's a really hot day during the summer and she's going home.
Yeah,
She'll turn the
yeah,
AC on.
she can do
Oh my
before she even gets near the
Yeah.
house.
Yes,
That is amazing.
it's crazy.
And now, well, there is a problem. They now have the phones, you open your car door.
That makes me a little scared.
That's been a problem.
I know. Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't go that connected.
No. Mike, I like mine. My keys are in my pocket, but the minute I put my hand
yes.
near the handle,
Yeah.
it unlocks. I like
Yeah.
that because I got to do it.
Yes.
But with a phone,
Yeah.
because I begin to wonder somebody else get a phone and could probably figure it out too.
Right.
Some of these
Right.
computer people are pretty good. But it is amazing. I mean, and I see these faucets now. You just put your hand.
Yeah. I have the motion sense. Our working faucet in the showroom is a touch. It's not the motion one.
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews about the motion one because if you have the volume up high and you put your hand there, like a customer of mine just wanted to add a little bit of water to his tea,
Yeah.
and it
All of a
went
sudden
and
he
it
gets
blasted it.
Yeah, he had a cup.
I was like, oh, so he had to make another cup of tea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that can be a problem. And
Yeah.
you know what the thing is too, the more things it can do, the more things that can go wrong.
exactly, yeah. But we've had the touch faucet by Delta in our showroom since we moved there, and we've only had to change the batteries once. I think it's 4D batteries. It's kind of large, but
Well, them would be underneath the sink or something.
Yep, yep.
Oh, I was going to say.
yeah, it goes underneath the sink
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. So.
But still, 4D batteries, wow.
Yeah, but we've been there since 2011 and changed them once.
Yeah,
so.
well, that's not bad.
No.
And they got other things like that with the showers and
yeah.
But even the commodes now are getting more elaborate.
Yes, they are. If you walk up to them, the toilet seat's open
Yeah,
for you.
I know. I said, oh my, yeah. No more complaining about the seat being up.
No, right? And it'll close when you leave.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. But there again, like I say, we get all this electronics.
Mhm.
It's what happens? Well, if they're battery operated, you're all set. But if they're
Right.
hardwired, and you lose your electricity,
I know, that's the thing they say about the showers with the touchpads and
Yeah.
stuff, because you can do that. And it says make sure you have another shower in your house, so if you lose electricity, you can actually shower.
But in
Don't
my
do it on
case,
all of them.
if I lose electricity, I'm in trouble anyway because I have a pump.
Oh,
And I don't. I
yes.
have on-site water. I
Okay,
have a well, so
yeah,
I have a generator
okay,
because if I lose electricity,
yes.
but and that's been like that from day one. But today, like I say, you got a hell. God, what an inconvenience that could be.
Yes, very much so. That's what we were taught at one of my plumbing events, that continued learning kind of new products and things. But they were like, just make sure nobody does this in every shower, because
Yeah.
they lose power, or you're in the middle of like shampooing and you lose power, you're out of luck.
Yeah. Now what do I do?
Yeah. So that was kind of funny.
Yeah. So you back to Shop Small. You used to get a lot of people come in to your
Yeah.
place and look at. Do you get many
Yes.
sales at this time of
I
year?
do
This is gonna be a
get.
slow time of year.
Oh my gosh, I am completely busy, but I like the shop small because it brings people in that would not otherwise step
Yeah.
in.
But they say
So,
this time of year is going to be a little slow for you because people aren't thinking about remodeling. They're thinking about buying Christmas gifts and
no, I am really busy right now.
really.
Yes, unfortunate that people come in November thinking they can get something done before Christmas.
That would be a
I
little,
say,
it's a little bit
if
tough.
you want something done before Christmas, come in September.
Yes.
Like
Or even better,
it's like,
come in May.
yes, exactly. Like when, my guys' schedule aren't totally full already.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
tough.
that's a problem right now is getting contractors. We run into that problem here.
Yes.
I'm going to talk to you after. We got a
Yeah.
job. I might-
Okay.
You can't find them. They're all
Well,
busy.
the good thing about me is I'm turnkey. So I work with a handful, say 6 contractors local
Well, you've
in
got
the
them
valley.
on, not retainer, but they work.
Right,
They
constantly working
yeah,
with
you're
me,
giving them
so
constant work.
they
So
know.
you schedule them, they're going to be there because they want to keep working for you.
Right,
You're getting them work.
exactly. And I get the customers in and figure out the design and all the
Yep.
materials before I involve them. So they don't have to do 3 quotes themselves like sometimes I have to do
Yep.
to get to that point. So I'm not wasting their time. I'm giving them a straightforward project and quote it, and we either
That's
get it or not.
the biggest headache for contractors is going out and giving quotes
Yes,
because you're not guaranteed the job,
right.
and you could spend a couple hours,
Yeah,
not to mention the time you're going to spend at home coming up with all
right.
figuring everything out. You
Right.
can figure out your material costs and time and all. And then after you do all that, and you probably spend 6-7 hours. Well, this other guy's a little lower.
Yeah,
You know, I'm
Exactly.
going to go with them.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you do all that for them, so it pays for the and then they're just doing the work.
Yeah. Once we get the whole design figured out, I do the contractor walkthrough, and usually it's a half hour for the guys. And then they go home with my plan and they write notes on it when we're out in the field, at the house or job.
Do
And
they can hold to your quote? They don't have a problem with that?
I roughly estimate the labor. I don't guarantee it until I say, okay, so my material cost is this.
Yeah,
And then
you got pretty simple.
and I roughly estimate what their cost would be, but I say until we actually do the walkthrough. And then once the guys come back with a quote, sometimes it might be a little more, sometimes it's less. And then,
Yep.
we go from there.
Yeah, because they really have to look at it themselves to say
Right.
what they're really going to have to do.
Because there's things that they can foresee that I can't, even in my experience. But, opening a wall we don't open up walls, but just, they'll look at it and say, this sink doesn't have a vent. We have to add that and
Yeah.
things like that I might not have caught on my measure. So,
Well, there's a lot of things you got to know because one thing, requirements, what we call building codes change constantly.
constantly. And depending on what town we're in,
Yeah.
it really changes the game.
Yeah, I mean the state has codes,
Hmm.
and then towns have their own codes.
correct.
So now you really, it can be a problem figuring things out. And when you go in different towns, you don't know, then you find out, oh, this town requires this.
Hmm. And in the last couple of years, in-law apartments, oh my gosh, have changed incredibly. You can't have them. You have to call them something different. You can only do so much. It's, you know.
See, we're pretty good on that. The building inspector will let you have the in-law apartment, but don't change the front.
Yes.
So if it's part of the garage,
Right.
you're gonna leave the garage door.
Hmm.
Even though you won't be opening it, it's gotta be there.
Right.
So it looks like it's a single family.
Hmm. Yeah. Uxbridge and Sutton are a little bit more difficult on that.
Yeah. But then if you have on-site sewer, that may require an upgrade of the septic system.
Right.
Because you're adding an apartment,
Yeah,
you're adding a
another bedroom.
bathroom. A bedroom, a
Yeah.
bathroom. Oh, yeah, then, and now they're saying, well, and now you're talking some big bucks,
Yes. Yeah.
especially if it's an older place.
Right. Right.
And now you gotta put those, ray systems in. You're really talking some,
I know.
So it
that
can be
that is the tough spot.
yeah.
I always hate to get into that and, you know, kind of crush the hopes of a customer.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah, now, cause, they're thinking, well, I'm gonna do this for $10,000, and now,
Right.
no, you're gonna have to do this, it's gonna cost you $50,000.
right, right. Yeah, a lot of times that crushes the whole remodel idea, and then they come back the next year and make it a little different.
Yeah.
So,
I know someone who did one in town, and they were fortunate because a developer was building was doing a subdivision, and he connected to the sewer,
hmm
and he ran in front of their house. So now they had a sewer line. When they wanted to put the in-law apartment in,
yeah.
they were able to hook into the sewer line, and because they would have had to do an upgrade,
Oh,
so it saved them a lot of money.
oh, wow. Yeah,
Even though there's a hookup fee, but it's a lot cheaper than putting in a new system.
right. Definitely.
But yeah,
So-
today's construction is, my father was a carpenter. It was a lot simpler.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, a lot of times they didn't even draw permits.
I know.
You know, but today,
Was that all the houses that were built in the 80s, they took a bath fan and just vented them into the attic?
oh, I know.
Like,
got,
How
and
do
you know
how
what?
many I change of those?
And thing is, too, now that's causing problems now.
It is.
Because you got a lot of moisture built up.
Oh my goodness, there are so many that we remodel and we vented out the soffit
Yep.
or out the roof, and we fixed that. So, because it really didn't do a good job of sucking the moisture out of the bathroom either, because it was just
Yeah,
going
well,
to
it's just
another.
blowing it up into the attic.
Yes, yeah,
Actually, moisture's still staying.
exactly.
You got
I
something, maybe
can't
you got a
believe
ceiling
they
and some
got away
insulation.
with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm amazed at some of the stuff that went on.
Oh,
But there was so many being built, and the building inspectors were part-time,
mm-hmm.
and they couldn't get around fast enough.
Okay, was that what it was?
You know, a lot of
I know.
cases, yeah. I mean, I'll bet a lot of people moved in their homes without occupancy permits.
Huh.
Because they just moved in, and the building inspector couldn't keep up with it.
Wow.
I know, I knew Rudy quite well. He had his
Yeah.
hands full.
Yeah,
And he did it part-time.
yeah,
Right now, Jim, new buildings,
yeah.
he's
Jim.
full-time,
Yes, he is. Yeah.
and he's out straight.
Yes, he is.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think a guy was doing it part-time at night? Because Rudy worked at St. Vincent's Hospital
Mm-hmm.
in maintenance, and so he only did it at night. How much can you see?
Really? Wow.
So, I mean, and how do you know if someone's not doing something, you know?
Right.
Especially remodeling. You know, it's a law, if you do remodeling, you have to draw a permit.
Mm-hmm.
But if someone remodels and they don't draw a permit, how does anybody know?
Right.
It's inside the house.
Right.
I mean, do you see the truck pull up or something? I don't know.
Yeah. Nowadays,
Yeah.
some people are whistleblowers. So.
But here again, if you get a contractor that doesn't,
Right.
I think you should be concerned about that. Because,
Yeah.
you know, if something goes wrong, with the building inspector, if you get a permit, the building inspector will go out to bat for you.
Yes, yep. That's why I don't do any projects without pulling permits.
Yeah.
I've had some contractors say, oh, well, I don't think we need a permit. I'm like, no, I'd rather have one.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
Well, the purpose of the building inspector is to
especially
make
the
sure.
insurance company, that's
Yes.
why you have it.
Yes,
Because
yes,
if any issue is claimed, they can say, oh, well, you did this remodel and didn't have a permit, so who's to say that plumbing wasn't done right, or the electrical, or if you had a flood or a fire?
Oh, yeah.
Then they won't cover you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and insurance companies always look for a way out.
Oh, definitely. They'll find it.
Yeah,
Yep. So none of my projects are that way.
and then the homeowner's gonna go back on you,
Right.
yeah,
And they wouldn't have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's covering yourself.
definitely.
There's a purpose behind the building inspector, to make sure the jobs are done right and done to code.
Definitely.
Because a lot of contractors out there that would shortcut if they could.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
remember we had a situation with the blizzard of '78 where some houses collapsed because they didn't put the roof rafters on,
Oh,
close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Because they said, well, we'll get away with it. But then we had a tremendous amount of
Yes.
snow.
I was born in '78, so
Yeah,
I don't quite
we had a
remember
lot
that.
of snow, let me tell you. Yeah. What we had was a week before, we had about 2 to 3 feet of, 2 feet of snow the week before.
Mhm.
And then the next week we got another 2 or 3 feet, so we ended up with about, well, actually, at one point it was 4 feet of snow in Burrillville, Rhode Island, from that one storm.
Mhm.
On top of 2 feet already.
Oh.
So you're
okay.
talking on top of a roof, about 6 feet of snow.
Yes.
And if you didn't have a good solid roof, your house collapsed.
Definitely.
And also, the building inspector will go in and make sure things are done square.
Mhm.
If it's not square, you're gonna have a problem somewhere else down the line.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's funny because I'm remodeling a kitchen in a house my dad built about 25 years ago. And it has this octangle kitchen nook for the
Yep.
table. And I measured with my laser from one corner to the other. It was 5/8 out of square. But if any other house, it would have been like inches out of square.
Yep.
I was amazed.
But that can happen at 20 years old.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So-
wood shrinks in places and
Yeah.
things sag.
But this is the first house I've ever remodeled that my dad's built.
Oh, 5/8 is nothing.
No, nothing.
And
That is
especially-
nothing.
Back then, you didn't have the laser measurements you
No.
have today. It's all
No.
accurate today.
They are.
It's unbelievable.
I have my tape measure and my laser just
Yeah.
to back up the other. So
Yeah, because
I
when
don't like
you
to
do
rely
a
on
tape,
just one thing.
you might be off a little bit on having it straight,
yeah.
but the laser, you can tell.
Mhm. Yeah.
The equipment you can use today is amazing.
Yeah. I love those laser tape measures. A friend of mine gave it to me about 7 years ago now.
Yep.
So I've been doing this for 18 years and I didn't have that. And like the really tall ceilings that, you try to do
Yeah,
the tape
yeah,
measure
now
and it
with the
just
laser,
falls over on your
Shoot
head.
the laser up. Yep,
Yeah.
just shoot the razor
Yep.
up.
How tall is that? Oh, 18 feet. There you go.
Yeah.
So it's come in really handy.
Yeah, if you get into some of those Victorians, those have some high ceilings.
Oh yeah, and some of the newer houses with the cathedral
Oh, yeah.
ceilings and stuff,
Yes.
and they say, "I want to put a fan there." How tall is that or
Yeah.
whatnot? So yeah, we do that.
But you see some of the old houses though, ceilings are real low.
Yeah, yeah. I think that was for heat, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they heated them primarily with fireplaces.
Yes. And so that
And-
all the heat wouldn't go up to where the people weren't.
Right.
Yeah.
So you kept the ceilings low, so you have less space you had to heat.
Mhm.
And people were shorter.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
In Whitensville, all the
Everywhere.
Dutchies?
Everywhere. If you could, these houses were built in the 1800s.
Oh, okay.
People were shorter. On average, Abraham Lincoln was like over 6 feet tall, and he was an anomaly
Huh.
for his time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the average height was like 5 feet.
Wow.
Yeah,
He'd be a giant.
yeah, he was considered a giant.
Wow.
You know, because nutrition and things like
Yeah.
that was a lot different.
Mhm.
And you know, like you know, you didn't get strawberries in the winter like we do.
Right.
You didn't get a lot of fresh foods.
Right. Right. That's true.
So your diet wasn't as great, and same, you know, kids growing up, they didn't get the same nutrition.
Mhm.
So they didn't grow as tall, but then they could make the houses smaller. You ever go into the mansion that Jim Knott bought?
No, I haven't.
I've been in there.
I
and
would love
that's
to.
got very, very low ceilings.
Really? The woodwork must be amazing.
Oh, it
in
is.
there.
It is.
I want to
You ever
see
been
that.
to the LaSalle house?
LaSalle.
That's the one that the big one they have the parties at.
Oh no, I haven't.
Wow, woodwork is phenomenal.
I imagine. It's
The
like
dining room
the
is huge,
Ugh.
huge dining room table, and it's all wood.
Yeah.
Every room is wood,
Yeah.
wood paneling everywhere.
Yeah, the Whitensville Library. Oh my
Oh.
goodness, it's amazing. Go in there on Shop Small Saturday.
That is
It's
what a
just
beautiful place,
The
isn't it?
moldings, just
Yes.
the stonework on the outside. It's
1913.
beautiful. 1913. No wonder.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know because
Ah.
it's the year my father was born.
Mhm.
That's how we remember it. And it was a gift to the town from the Whitens.
Yeah.
And they had
was a great
stone
man.
masons on staff, as well as the carpenters.
Really good ones.
And they were darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful job in there.
It's sad what happened to the stone wall at the Whiten Community Center.
Yeah, I know. And Heather hasn't
Second time that
Yes.
it's been hit.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and she hasn't got it fixed yet. I don't know what.
No.
I guess having problems with the insurance company and.
Oh. I know the other side, the entry that got smashed into, took quite a while for them
Yeah.
to get it taken care of.
Well, you know, it had a metal sheet on that wall. I don't know if you remember. It was
No.
painted green. It was metal.
Oh,
Underneath the metal was lattice,
okay.
about probably an inch apart, all the way up, and then the metal was put over it.
Wow.
It wore out. I mean, it started rusting away, and they
Yeah.
had to remove it. Now that's why it's not there anymore. But that originally had. Imagine what that must have cost. How much work that was. They had that lattice all the way up with a center beam.
Yep.
It wasn't a beam, but a centerpiece, and then on the bottom,
Wow.
and they nail
Just
the
on
lattice.
the top of the,
Yeah, it was shaped like
yeah,
a
because the
roof.
stone is shaped like that
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a
Wow.
metal sheet on top of that. It was a green metal sheet, painted green,
Wow.
and went all the way, that whole wall.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Yeah, right from the corner of Main Street on up
Yeah.
to Chestnut, is it?
Yeah, Linden.
Linden. Okay.
Yeah, all the way up there. That was amazing, but the Whitens spent money.
Yeah. I know.
Of course, where the park, they got the park there now, that was a house.
Yeah, I saw the foundation, like
Yeah.
that's there with the willow.
And you know
weeping
where it
willow
looks
next to it?
like the hole in the ground there with
Yeah.
the rocks coming up and all?
Yeah.
That was a garden.
Huh.
That was a water garden.
Wow.
There was you had a beautiful fountain there. I've seen pictures of it. I'm not that old. But the house burnt, so they tore it down.
Oh, I wondered because I always saw the foundation and the staircases that went down on either side, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this had to have been a house.
Yeah, it was.
That's neat.
I can tell you something else that right on TV, I'm letting it out. There's a tunnel that went from the shop to the community
I
center.
heard that. Yes.
Well, it's still there.
Is
But
it?
what they did is they took all this old paint and they stuck it in there.
Oh
I know
my.
because my brother was involved with doing it. He used to drive a truck around through the shop. He stored it all there and they sealed it up.
Oh my goodness.
But that's what they did. What are you going to do? They're not going to go anywhere.
Right.
It's all surrounded by stone.
Oh my.
But that's what they did in those
I heard
days. They
about
did
the
things
tunnel,
like
though. They go from the shop to the community center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they got tunnels at the community center that go up.
Oh, to the old house?
Well, the house, yeah, where that blue house is now was another Whiten mansion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one in there. That one I think they tore down because they weren't using it anymore or something. They didn't want to pay taxes on it.
Ah,
They were quite and all the trees. Those are different types of trees.
I know.
All over that place.
that tree, is it a weeping willow or something, is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Right by that
All,
foundation.
they're all different.
Yeah,
I mean, they did quite the thing.
yeah,
Of course, when you had the money, you could do anything
Right.
you wanted.
right. Yeah, starting with a lot, and then people that wanted work, you could get anything.
Yeah. Well, the walls going up to Castle Hill,
Mm-hmm.
that was built during a recession or a depression after the Civil War.
Oh,
And to keep them employed, to keep paying them, they had the workers build the wall. It was something to do.
yeah, right?
And you know, it kept them busy because they weren't building a lot of machinery.
That's beautiful. I love that wall.
Oh, yeah.
Because I did a job up that street, so I drove by it quite
Yeah.
often during the project, and I kept looking at it thinking, this was done such a long time ago, and look at it.
And you know, you think about it, they did that, they didn't have fancy cranes, and
Right.
they did that all by hand. I can't believe, those people worked.
Uh-huh. I know, it amazes me that, you know, when I do granite countertops or quartz, these two guys that look like they're pretty small, some pick up this huge piece and just bring it right in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
That amazes me. I mean, that stuff's heavy.
Oh, it is. Well,
Even
you
a
know,
Formica counter, for crying out loud.
yeah, and the darker the stone, the heavier it is.
Oh,
That's so I had one job where I didn't think it wasn't very big, but that's where they told me, because the guys were huffing and puffing by the time they got this smaller for a bar piece in. It was just 8 feet long, but 2 feet deep, and they were dying after they put it down. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem very big. They're like, oh, this is the heaviest stone. This color is the heaviest. It was
wow,
like
I
all
know
black.
that.
Yeah.
Gosh, must be a density to it.
Yes, it is. The molecules are closer and it's
Yeah.
heavier. Yeah.
Wow. So when they saw that was the type, they was, oh my God, we're going to have to carry this
Yeah.
one in. Yeah.
So,
Well, hey, we're out of time.
oh, good. I mean, well.
So look at everyone. Shop small a week from Saturday. The Saturday right after Thanksgiving, downtown Whitensville, Church Street, all kinds of shops. You get a map. If you visit 10 places, you get a chance to win the prize.
And all of the 90% of the shops have prizes inside of their shops that you
Yeah.
can win too without purchase.
So, and you're going to find stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else, believe me, not even on Amazon.
Correct. Come shop small, support your community.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week on Town Talk.
Bye.